Hey, Intuitive Soul Tribe. Mel, Intuitive Soul Coach here, excited to bring to you today's collective pick a card reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you are new. These are general readings. Please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, we have 3 key themes for you to choose from today. Career, love, and health. Career, love, and health. So take a good look at the cards. Which card is attracting you? And some of you may even be guided to take a look at all of them. But if you do want to jump ahead, timestamps are in the description box below. All right, let's start with career. All right, Soul Tribe, we're going to look at your path, your journey, your purpose. We'll take a dive into your finances, career, changes, and guidance from Spirit. Now, I'm getting here crystals as well. Crystals is showing up. So some of you could even be working with citrine. Okay, you could be working with citrine or tiger's eye. Those are excellent stones or crystals to work with when it comes to manifesting abundance, manifesting wealth. You see here, there is this yellowish crystal up top. That is citrine. And for those of you that may be going to school, because I am getting school energy here for you, there could be some teachers watching, coaches. Some of you may even be teaching others at this time about something that you've learned, or perhaps that's part of your path. Some of you could even be going back to school and taking some sort of an exam or certification, and that's where Tiger's Eye comes in. And look at that, you actually have the books. So yeah, if there is any sort of studying going on or certification, exam, and you're just needing a little extra boost of maybe memory or concentration, Tiger's Eye is a really excellent stone for that as well. All right, bottom of the deck, you are supported when it comes to your career. Your life purpose fully supports you. So some of you are really thriving is what I'm getting. You're thriving, or you are introducing new options to your business, to your resume, to your career. Now, some of you may even be environmentalists. You are called to help uplift the planet here. It says you're an earth angel who was born to protect, nurture, and teach. There's that teacher energy as well, about nature, maybe even wellness and health. This could be plant medicine. I am getting here raising the vibration of the planet, and you could even work with animals, which is one of the cards that came up here as well. So animals right behind it. You understand animals and can communicate with them intuitively. Trust your inner guidance, as the animals are part of your life's work. Some of you could be veterinarians, or you work with animal totems, especially if you are a healer or a coach or a mentor. Some of you may have the gift of connecting with loved ones who crossed over, or connecting with animal totems. So if you haven't dove into that energy yet, that could be something that shows up for you in the near future. Practice. Polish your skills by practicing regularly. Yes, this is the energy here of maybe going back to school, learning something new. I am getting here, some of you may not be quite sure if you have what it takes to apply for that job that seems way, over here in left field. Or for some of you, you're not quite sure how to build a business. I feel like you're branching off here, and you could be introducing new helpful people into your world that can either guide you, right? Guide you towards that direction, or teach you. So for example, let's say you are a business owner, but you're not specifically knowledgeable in maybe the taxes and the accounting and that, the money piece of it. You may be hiring a tax or a financial advisor or a professional. So I feel like there are helpful people coming in here for you to allow you a little more time to practice and focus on your craft. I'm getting strong 8 of Pentacles energy here. And the Eight of Pentacles is very fortuitous for those artists out there. Again, teachers, those that are in education or design, or if you are focusing on a business that is expansive, right? You can take it anywhere you want. It's not limited to just one thing, right? I also just heard here public relations or PR. Some of you may be into marketing as well. Okay, some of you are building a business via social media is what I'm hearing. You have books here. We could have some authors in the house. You may be thinking about writing a memoir. You could be thinking about writing a fantasy or a romance novel. For others of you, you're diving into maybe automatic writing, journaling. All of these aspects can help you in your business. This is so much more than just the surface piece of it. Melissa, am I going to get that job as a cook or as, a kindergarten teacher, whatever it is here? This is steps that are part of your soul's purpose that can help you move forward and kind of go above and beyond, especially as we explore more going into this age of Aquarius, where expansion and unlimited potential is at your fingertips. Anything you want to know, anything you want to learn, there's no excuse whatsoever for telling yourself it's not possible, right? Because the word itself, impossible, says I'm possible. Excuse me. Talk to your angels. Instead of worrying, ask for divine guidance. I'm also hearing the crown chakra for some of you, and including the third eye, might be a little bit blocked. Your connection to your divine, some of you may feel like divine timing has not happened for you yet, or you may feel like you've disconnected from your higher power or your belief system here or your faith. If that's the case, you may want to check out the health portion of the reading. We'll look at the chakra centers. But I am getting here, the angels are protecting you. Divine timing is at work. And I'm getting here, some of you have went through some sort of loss in your career, in your finances. It's to redirect you towards a new soul contract. And some of you need to remember that, because we get so stuck on the loss or what we don't have that we forget that our soul came here to have these experiences. And one of those experiences is a new contract coming in that you signed up for. And that's why you had to go through that journey of loss in the past. And that's why you have the Strength card showing up next. And it says everything you've experienced in your life has made you strong and courageous. So that kind of clarifies what we just said. Now, some of you may work as a travel agent, Airbnb, real estate. This could be traveling the world, maybe as a podcaster, a YouTuber. You may work from your computer, work remotely, work from anywhere in the world, but travel is a big part of your life's work and your career for some of you. If it's not already, and that is a goal, I see that could have a lot of growth if you stick to it, if you practice. Okay, let's dive in and get another look here. What else do we have for career, finances, money, and abundance for the collective? We have the gears showing up. The gears is all about money flowing, right? Putting your plans into motion. This is hard work. And this makes sense because it actually looks like an 8. And I was just going to say, we're in an 8 year. 2024, 2024 turns into an 8 year. And that gear, tell me if it looks like an 8 to you, because it certainly looks like an 8 to me, and it did show up in reverse. So for some of you, 8s are about infinite opportunities. And we said that earlier as well. 8s are financial and material as well. They're about strength and authority and power. So I feel this is the year for you, collective, to put those plans into motion, right? The plans, the creative ideas, the certifications, the leap of faith, the new promotions, the job change, whatever it is that you felt a little bit stuck or blocked, this is the year where you build a sense of safety and security within. If you've been working and hustling, right? If you've been putting those plans into motion, it doesn't mean that you're going to stop doing that, but you could also be in dire need of taking a little bit of time off. It wouldn't surprise me if a lot of you in the next 3 to 6 months have some sort of vacation or have some sort of travel, as it says here, planned, because you've been working hard. And for those of you that are looking to build or expand, which I'm sure most of you are, that's why you're watching these, right? I feel like that potential is unlimited for you. The infinity symbol could be significant. Some of you may even see the infinity symbol, that 8, right? You could have that tattooed. That could be a message that shows up via social media, or maybe you see that on someone's, shirt. So just look for that infinity symbol, or even the numbers 888 could be showing up for you as well. And bottom of the deck, look at that. They said, look at the bottom because this is what you're working on building, even if you can't see it yet. You have the treasure chest. This is worry-free finances, collective. This is having money in reserve, maybe money for retirement. It's excess, right? Not having to struggle to pay the bills or to make ends meet. This could be executive positions. This could be sales, planning, right? Hidden talents coming out to be discovered because they are true treasures. Your gifts are true gems in the treasure chest here. So I really like this energy showing up for you. And look at that. You actually have the gold, and there's the book again. So you have the gold, which is about investing. Some of you could be investing your money, your time, your energy into things that are going to grow long term. And that's part of why that 8 energy is so significant for you. This could be, banking. It could be long-term positions, something that's satisfying, that does align with your values and your integrity. And there we have the book here. So paperwork, contracts, as we were talking about, new soul contracts. Some of you are writers. You may be taking that class, education, or law, something with the legal system as well. Now, your next card out is the pendulum. So you got to be living under a rock to not know that income is fluctuating all around the world, right? We are going through a major shift in the economy, on a global level. We're going to see this happening more and more. That's why it's more important now than ever, collective, that you start to expand, that you start to open yourself up to creative endeavors and to advancing, growing, branching off, having new income sources, planning, building, learning, understanding, studying. There's just this big energy here of strategizing as well. And even though there's going to be some changes coming in with the seasonal energy, I feel like you're going to make some new choices that may have to do with going in a brand new direction, possibly a job change or building a business here. I mean, the career card itself talks about climbing the ladder. It's advancement, it's job changes, twice we're getting here. It could be a promotion, side hustle, or, a bonus, an enhancement, or something that could help you bring in more money and save more or put more away. I also am hearing something around interest. Someone has a very high interest rate. I mean, I think interest rates are astronomical everywhere. But if you have an interest rate that's like 29%, maybe on a credit card or something of that nature, I feel like you're really struggling to keep up some sort of a payment because of interest rates. There's something around that I see shifting. I just have to put that out there. That's what I'm getting. So I don't know if it's something you're paying off, if there's some sort of change around that specific interest rate, or maybe it's something you look into and you can consolidate, but you may want to dive into that, research, educate, or just be aware that that's something I see that could shift, okay? Anchor. This is reaching some new, reaching some new goals because we do have here stability. And that's what we want to align with. Feeling a sense of internal stability here. After a time of feeling very stuck or very blocked, this is financially sound, water related. Some of you may live near the water. You may be traveling near the water. Water could be very healing and very therapeutic. I'm also hearing I'm actually hearing water dripping or water trickling. So some of you may even have like a fountain in your workspace, or it could be a fountain outside of the building that you enter into, or a fountain in your backyard, and you can hear it when you work because they're giving me a water fountain. All right, travel showing up here for you as well. All right, let's take a dive into the tarot. Let's look at past, present, and future when it comes to career. What do we have, please, for the collective? Past, present, and future when it comes to career. Past. All right. Present. What is the collective going through at this time? All right, yeah, Temperance. A little bit of a waiting period. But the good news is I feel like what you've been working on, and Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, it's a very slow and steady energy. But the Knight of Pentacles and future. Okay, we see the Justice. Yep, there's the balance. Justice system here. Some of you may have felt like you were treated unfairly, but don't worry, there's a comeback. Beautiful. Past energy, we have the Queen of Swords and the Ace of Cups. So past energy is all about new creative jobs or a sense of fulfillment when it comes to your career. Because the Ace of Cups is all about loving what you do, right? It's a soul quenching renewal, feeling inspired, feeling creative. But not only that, you see that there's a koi fish. There's a koi fish, and koi fish represent prosperity and abundance and longevity. So I feel like you want to open yourself up to a beginning, a new beginning when it comes to your career, something that is long standing, something that has the potential to build and grow and bring in a lot of abundance over time. I mean, who doesn't want that, right? And look at this, Queen of Swords showing up here. You are an educated powerhouse. That's what the Queen of Swords represents. When she wants something, she goes for it. She has a clear vision and there's no stopping her. And I feel like that's what you are aligning to the energy of. If you felt a little bit wishy-washy or you weren't quite sure what cup you wanted to chase, right? I feel like you are getting clear about what you want and there's no stopping you. And that's why you are opening to infinite abundance, collective, and educating yourself and realizing that you have the power within. I like this. Let's look at the present energy. Temperance, cooperation, and peace. That's what you want. But some of you have felt like that was out of balance. Temperance energy is showing up here. It did show up in reverse. So some of you, it's been a long time coming, or perhaps there has been, excuse me, a struggle with someone that you've worked with or a client or even within yourself when it comes to finding ways to cooperate, finding ways to bring something together, bring something here into balance. And I feel like the angels are working on your behalf. Look at this. You have talk to your angel showing up here, and you have the card of angelic guidance and presence here in your current position. So talk to your angels. Some of you may even be working on like angel therapy, or you may even have an angel statue or an angel frame or a picture frame hanging on the wall near your workspace. Some of you are working with the angelic realms to do your spiritual or healing work. And what else do we have? Knight of Pentacles. This is promotion. Beautiful. Financial career here. So definitely moving towards success. Out of all the knights, yes, he's the slowest, but he's the one that he makes sure his, excuse me, his I's are dotted and his T's are crossed. He doesn't leave any stones unturned. He makes sure he gets the job done well. He doesn't rush through it. You know, think of that student who, doesn't do the homework the night before and gets to school and asks his buddy, can I copy your paper, right? It's not the energy of shortcuts. It's putting in the work. And I feel for you, collective, when it comes to your career, There is no shortcuts here, and you are learning along the way. There's this energy of trustworthiness and loyalty and honesty, and that's what's going to get you more money or promoted, or you working your way to the top to get to that king and queen of pentacles. And that's what we see happening here for you. So your outcome energy when it comes to career, you have the Justice with the Queen of Pentacles. King or queen, female or male, it does not matter here. But the Justice is about fair financial settlements. If some of you were dealing with the legal system, or if you were treated unfairly, or you were dealing with a boss who may have been a little bit cold, or it wasn't fulfilling, right? I feel like a lot of you, you're going to come into balance with a new contract, with a new opportunity. That's why you have the Ace of Cups here in your past, because you've already put that energy into motion, which we've seen on the Gears card. And the Queen of Pentacles is partnerships. It's about being able to help others, be resourceful. It is someone who is able to multitask quite well, and she can work from home. She can handle, the physical realm and work with people and family. So it's all about doing what can help her grow in an abundant way here in the physical, financial, and material world. So Queen of Pentacles, very powerful energy here, especially when it comes to abundance, because she is very abundant. She's not afraid to put in that hard work. She's not afraid to put in maybe some overtime or some long hours, because she knows that it's going to pay off, and she knows that she will allow herself to rest, to travel, to recuperate her energy. She's not going to wear herself out. And maybe you have in the past, it's been exhausting, but you're realizing that the world is your oyster. And maybe it's come to that realization because she has the world. It's almost like it's hiding there in her cloak, but there's a little opening, and she's realizing that, yeah, I'm being gentle with myself, hence the deer. I am being kind to myself. There could be a message or news coming in for you as well that will deliver more peace. And then she has the roses on her head, which represent growth. However, you have gone through the thorns, right? You've gone through the thick of things, but finally being able to come out on top here in this Queen of Pentacles energy when it comes to your career collective is quite beautiful. So that is what I have for you. I hope it resonates. If so, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button. And for those of you that are interested in the other topics, love and health, feel free to jump ahead. Hey, collective. For those of you that chose the love category, romance, whether you are single, maybe you're partnered up, you're married, or maybe it's just complicated, we'll take a look at all scenarios here for you. Now, some of you could be wanting marriage. You may be married currently. There could be some energies around wanting to attract romance and love into your life. This can be about desire, passion, trust, love, intimacy, and soulmate energy. So we will take a look at the past energy, present, and future. We'll take a look at advice, what you need to know. Yeah, a lot of you are focusing on self-love. Even if you are in a union, self-love is so very important. Sometimes we get caught up in our partner or our spouse. We get caught up in their energy, and we tend to lose sight of what's important for us. And so I feel in the recent past and currently you're working on playfulness. You're working on bringing a more lighthearted energy to the mix, collective. And in the present, it's safe for you to love. You're finally starting to maybe open yourself up more, or you want to build maybe a stronger connection in a current situation. Again, we'll look at all scenarios here. What do we have for future? There's some lessons for you here. There's some lessons around forgiveness and lessons around learning. Some of you have dealt with a toxic partner in the past, or maybe some of you are still going through a situation where there was some toxicity that you're trying to heal from. Yeah, because you have pay attention to the red flags, you have deception, and you have release your ex for some of you. Okay, now there's going to be some changes coming in, I feel, very soon for you. So let's look at those that may be single. You're focusing on self-love. Maybe you're focusing on career. Perhaps you've already checked out the career portion of the reading. This is about playfulness, bringing a sense of lighthearted energy to the mix. Your self-respect does make you more romantically attractive. And to recapture romance, it's important that you allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. So getting out there with your friends, getting out there and trying something new, having fun along the way, smiling more, laughing more. I feel like a lot of you miss that energy. For those of you that are going through a difficult relationship where you're hanging on, or there's been a lot of seriousness or a lot of toxicity, I feel like it's become very serious, right? It's become very heavy, where you're being guided to come back to yourself, center your energy so you can start to feel that weight being lifted and to feel more playful, more fun. And for those of you that are currently in a relationship, I feel like it is important to have that playfulness. And yes, focus on self-love, nurturing yourself, but okay, thank you. Spirit saying, aside from just massages and aside from maybe taking some time out, maybe some of you have been focusing on your work too much, and maybe your partner has felt a little bit neglected. I also see here someone around you, especially if you're partnered, someone around you could be very funny, could be very humorous. Laughing yoga could be beneficial. For some of you, watching funny cat videos or animal videos, or watching your children play as well if you have children. This can also be some of you needing to work on healing that inner child, or letting that inner child come out to have a little bit of fun, come out to play, come out to, rejoin life and connect with others. When you think of a child going to school, if their first day of school, they attach themselves to their mommy or daddy, right? They have a difficult time. They're a little shy. They're not quite sure. But after a little bit of time, they start to warm up. And then before you know it, they're playing with all of the kids, right? They're playing their Play-Doh and they're coloring. And so I feel like there is this energy of allowing yourself to disconnect or detach from whatever the seriousness is of a situation, and to go out there and have fun, try new things, bring about something quite creative, focus on a hobby, focus on something that's not so darn serious. All right, present energy. We have express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. So if you're single and there's someone on your mind, go for it, right? Ask that person out. Some of you may be fearful. Well, what if that person says no? Oh, okay. Some of you, goodness, I just heard someone say this, so it may be just one person. Someone says, my person is already in a relationship. Okay? If that's the case, perhaps there is a re-evaluating that you need to go back to in the past about self-love, and ask yourself, why are you attracting someone who may be emotionally or physically or mentally unavailable? Okay. We also have, it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest level of love. For those of you that are single, I feel like you're ready to mingle, right? I feel like you're ready to open yourself up and have a little bit of fun. This could even be the energy of the next 3 to 6 months. I also see, if you're in a relationship, there's been some trauma, there's been some hurt, and you've shut yourself down and you haven't expressed your love, where someone else may be expressing their love to you, but you're like, nah, I'm not going to take it this time around. Okay, now why? Why does someone not feel safe to love? Because they've been hurt. There's been red flags. The signs are cautioning you, and maybe that's part of that self-love piece. If someone is emotionally, physically, or mentally unavailable, that may be a big red flag. Deception could have come into play. And because we have this energy next to X, a lot of you, even if you are single, this could be an X energy that's still affecting you. Even if you feel like you're ready to move towards a new beginning, this can still linger in the body. It can still, the body keeps score, right? So I feel like this is a time for you to pay attention. And if you're in a relationship and things have become very routine or very boring, that's a red flag in itself. That's why we need to add more playfulness. I also get moon energy here, and we'll pull some tarot in a moment. But forgiveness and learning is key. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moment. And this is the present going into, the near future. But I feel like there's a little bit of a block going into the outcome energy because we kept getting, it's almost like we kept getting the cards that were prolonging some sort of an outcome. So there's some work that needs to be done yet. For all of you, regardless of, relationship status, I feel like there is a hurdle or there's a little bit of a roadblock that may still show up for you. So releasing your ex, the time has come to clear your energy for some of you. Deception may have been a key factor in the past or in the present. Someone is wearing a false mask. And I did see a mask earlier. I was seeing here someone not being honest. Maybe it's you not being honest with yourself about a situation. Some of you may be lying to yourself and saying that person really wants to be with me, but they can't because they have family. Again, that's where we go back to that self-love piece and say, okay, are we in love with an illusion? Are we in love with the idea of possibly one day being with this person? Is this person ever going to leave? Right? So I feel that some of you are needing to get honest with yourself or around a situation in order to move forward here. Because there are red flags, there is forgiveness, and a release of energy is required. Now, part of the outcome here is something happening very soon. It says, clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. Let your friends help you. Let's get a look here at those that are single, okay? Those that are single, those that are connected or tied to someone, and maybe it's difficult, maybe it's toxic, maybe it's something you want to move on from. Death card, yeah, there it is. There's the ending. And then those that are in a relationship and things feel like they're going okay, and you're like, well, Melissa, what's this hurdle? Maybe the hurdle doesn't even have to do with you and your partner per se. It could be some sort of outside influence. Maybe you have a workaholic partner. Maybe you and your partner have been together for quite some time. Maybe you're focused on the kids. Maybe there's been a health issue. Maybe someone is focused on their parents or their family, and that could be interfering. So let's take a look here at those that are in a relationship. Okay, there's that moon. Yeah. All right, for those that are single, you have here the Three of Wands. When it comes to love, I feel like you want some sort of commitment. Yeah, you want to move forward in your love life. This is about engagement, celebration. You want to feel like you have someone, because three can be that, singular type of energy here. You want to change that. Even though you may be happy single, but you want a union. You want someone to be able to celebrate with you. Maybe go to concerts, go to new, places to eat, go travel. You want someone to be your partner and you want to move forward. But when it comes to love, I feel like you are working on, and you already have, a lot of you working on your pinnacle, maybe focusing on career at this time, focusing on your own stability, your own security, your own safety, because this is about love and, status and bringing more stability to your material world. For those that are single, double 4 energy, beautiful. So this is about feeling happy and feeling comfortable, right? Yes, plans may not have worked out in the past the way that you thought they would, but some of you are calling in a twin flame or definitely attracting a soulmate. I do see that here for you. I'm getting the name Jerome. Jerome could be significant. Look at that. We have the Empress and the World. You're completing a cycle. For those of you that have been single, and they just showed me 3333 on the clock as well, which we see with the Three of Wands, there's going to be some sort of harmony, union, or advancement into a new stage, a new chapter of your life. Empress energy, Libra, Taurus. This is you. You're a mature, trusting, affectionate, loving individual, female or male, it doesn't matter. This is more of that feminine energy, but I feel like you are definitely wifey material, or some of you, husband material. You're completing a cycle when it comes to being single here. And I feel like some of you could be meeting someone and it actually progresses quite quickly for some of you, because this is a mature and fulfilling relationship that you are calling in and attracting. It can be within 1 year. The world is your outcome energy. The world can be 1 year. All right, singles, now let's take a look at those that are going through something toxic. If this forgiving and learning and deception and red flags and X energy is you, here's the Death. Queen of Wands, Page of Swords. If you're a Queen of Wands, but you're dealing with a Page, she's going to just kind of cut through that. Even though it's not the Queen of Swords, I still feel like you're going to use your magic wand to say, okay, I'm turning you into a frog here. I feel a lot of you are ending that situation. Death card. You want to change some old patterns or old behavior, and someone that you could be dealing with is immature. They have a very immature relationship style. This is someone who could be younger in age, or they could even be older, but they have the maybe intelligence, emotional intelligence of, of a 18-year-old, right? They're non-committal. They don't know enough, or they don't want to commit enough. Page of Swords, though, someone could be trying to communicate with you. They may want to communicate with you, and you're saying, I'm loyal, I'm romantic, and I just don't have time for this. Okay, because the Queen of Wands, she's busy. She's busy focusing on her, her empire. She's focused on her confidence and her growth and her health and her passions and her desires, that she doesn't have time for, a Page of Swords. She's waiting for her king of, her king of Wands. And I just feel like whoever you're dealing with, that's not it. That's why you have the Death card. Changing some old patterns and releasing some of the energies here with Release Your Ex. All right, for those of you that are married or you are in a high level of commitment, things are going fine. We have the King of Cups, the Moon, and the Eight of Swords. Someone's in their head. Someone could be really worried about finances. They could be worried about family dynamics, or worried. I'm just getting a lot of worry, a lot of uncertainty here. How is this going to turn out? Do we have enough money? Do we have what it takes to take care of mom and dad? Or, Eight of Swords is about feeling that you have no choice. Some of you may even be feeling like you're trapped in a marriage that may even be, okay, even though we have the King of Cups, I'm going to say loveless. Okay, or maybe that's part of the illusion. Maybe that's why you feel trapped, is because you feel like there's no love, but maybe that's what is being regained here. Because the King of Cups is someone who is kind. He's very romantic. And I feel with the Moon card here, emotions are running high, but there's illusion. There's something that you're not seeing. You're not seeing that there's still love here, or you're not seeing that someone has a lot of love for you, but they may be worried. Okay, I feel like stress could be a factor that could be interfering with this relationship, because if you feel trapped, or some of you may even have a spouse or a counterpart who is struggling in their career or struggling with their own health, and I feel like that's caused a big, huge moon right here, right in the middle. It's caused a lot of unknowns about moving forward here. This can also be about truths. It can be about shadows. It can be about emotions and maybe needing some clarity here. Some of you, I'm hearing, if you are sleeping in separate beds for whatever reason, okay, if you're sleeping in separate beds, that may be, you may want to kind of look at this pile as well, right? The pile of things that are a little bit challenging or difficult. But I feel for the majority of you, if you're feeling content, there's just some outside unknowns that may be affecting the love that you have for each other. So some of you may be getting a little bit snippy, or some of you, your anxiety or your depression may be having a hard time with allowing other people, especially this King of Cups, to kind of come in and comfort you and console you. But I feel with the Moon here, It's important to listen to your intuition. Okay, don't fear the change. There are opportunities here. And some of you, this is about some mental instability around you or within a family member. Okay, but I feel like you have support. You have this talented helping man, whether this is a spouse, a brother, a father, or someone who definitely loves you unconditionally. All right, that is what I have for the love portion. I hope that resonates with you, collective. If so, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button and feel free to move on to health. We'll take a look at the chakra systems and I'll see you over there. Hey, collective. For those of you that chose health or detox, nutrition, wellness, today we'll be looking at the energy centers, also known as chakras. So some of you may be working on eliminating toxic patterns. You may be looking at food. You may be withdrawing from drama, because health shows up in all shapes, sizes, and forms. It's not just, physical. Health is mental. Health is spiritual. Health is emotional. And a lot of you are going on maybe a cleanse, possibly a diet. You could be releasing yourself from certain things or certain foods. So we're going to just take a look and we're going to pull 3 chakra cards. Now, we have thousands of chakras in the body, but most of us are familiar with the 7 main chakras that stem from the roots and the perineum region of the body, which is also the feet and the ankles, all the way up to that area, and then they work their way, upward towards the crown. So what do we have here, please, for the collective? What does the collective need to focus on? We have the solar plexus chakra. What else do we have here? We have the crown, and I was picking up on that crown in, I think it was the career reading as well. So we'll take a dive into that. Some of you, if you skipped out on the career reading, you may want to check that out. But the solar plexus chakra is our 3rd chakra, located in this solar plexus region, right between the upper abdomen and the chest area. It is linked to the liver, the stomach, spleen, pancreas. It can be gallbladder as well, whatever sits here in this region. And it does govern how we show up in the world. It's our powerhouse. So a lot of you may even have some autoimmune, because a lot of that can sit in the gut region that may be affecting liver. Now, please do see the disclaimer in the description box below. See a medical professional. But I am getting that some of you have had some stomach issues. Maybe you've had some liver, spleen, gallbladder, however it's showing up for you. But it does govern our, our power. It can be the seat of our power. It can show up through our career. And I was, again, getting that strongly. So this makes sense that it's flowing into this reading as well. But this is governing our capabilities, right? Our self-esteem, our confidence. So when this area is out of balance, there can be some malfunctions in the organs, right? This can be digestive issues, as mentioned. It can be diabetes. It can be liver malfunctions, liver cancer, alcoholism. It can also be self-esteem, depression, low energy. It can be stubbornness, arrogance, right? All of those things can come into play when the solar plexus is out of alignment. So you may want to get that checked out. Ways to kind of bring about more of this positive solar plexus energy here is to think outside the box, step outside the box, get out of your comfort zone. And yes, there may be an immediate energy of fear, false evidence appearing real. It's important for you to try new things, because that can actually build up your sense of confidence. For those of you that are going through maybe depression or anxiety or low self-worth, it could be really beneficial to talk to someone, talk to a therapist, a coach, a counselor, a mentor. For those of you that have digestion issues, you may want to look more into maybe the foods that you eat, because some of you, I just heard here, gluten intolerance. Some of you may have energy around calcium, I'm getting as well, calcium or dairy. Isn't that lactose intolerant. So yeah, some of you could be lactose intolerant. Some of you, you may not have the right enzymes, or you might not have the breaking down of food. I forget what that's called, but where you're able to break down the foods properly, which can cause a lot of flatulence. It can cause a lot of heartburn, right? It can even cause bad breath, and it can be a big rolling type of energy. It can cause overconsumption of maybe stool, right? So diarrhea, constipation. I know this is a little TMI, but some of you are suffering deeply in the solar plexus region. So yes, take a look at your stress levels, your hormone levels, autoimmune disorders such as maybe Lyme's disease, such as Hashimoto's, things of that nature could be a big factor. And a lot of times in the medical world, you know, the autoimmune doesn't necessarily show up, and doctors think that that's, you know, it's gone. You don't have Lyme's. But what happens is sometimes that virus or that bacteria lodges itself so deeply within the organs, and it wreaks havoc in your body's functions, and it doesn't always show up on blood tests. So for those of you that are having issues in the solar plexus region, that could be something you want to get looked at or dive into some more research, some more healing, because that could be part of what's going on in your body. All right. We have crown chakra. This is a big one that I've been seeing a lot lately, because this is located at the top of our heads, right? It's believed to be where our intuition rests, our, you know, higher source, our higher power. It connects us to one another as well. And we've been through it, especially since COVID, where the threat of not connecting, maybe more to a face-to-face, or coming up with new ways to connect with each other, because even though the crown is connected to the higher source energy, it is about connecting, period. And we are here on life to go through this soul journey with others. And this invites us to remember how we are all linked, right? How we are all having a soul experience. It is associated with our right and upper brain, and even our eyes. When this is unbalanced, sometimes people can suffer from headaches, migraines, insomnia, depression, right? This can even be about a sense of pride, hallucinations, even melancholy, even a sense of arrogance at times. We can even manipulate religion, or it can be a form of, I know everything, I know the answers, or I connect. And some of you, and I'm not calling you out on this, but some of you may have questioned your own abilities because you've been around people who have made excuses in a way that weren't directly coming from their higher good. That's kind of what I get here as well. So ways that you can really work on this crown chakra. One of the biggest ways is meditation. It is connecting with other like minds, right? It can be connecting to a spiritual path of some way, shape, or form. It is a renewed sense of faith. Some of you may benefit from dreams, dream therapy, or dream astral traveling. I'm getting something with the dreams as well. Maybe this is also lucid dreaming. Maybe that's something that you've been working on a little bit more with the crown chakra. Some of you, it's guided meditations. You can find a million of them on YouTube. Guided meditations to connect with, you know, your guides or the angels. I feel like it's really important for you to connect to your higher self, but also don't isolate yourself here on earth. And so many times we go into that hibernation mode, and we were forced to go into that hibernation mode years ago, right? When the virus hit. And I feel like that did a lot of, you know, reevaluating of the crown chakra. What do I believe? What do I fear? What do I want to move towards, right? And what do I believe? So you're definitely working on connecting here and bridging the gap and bringing more solid connections into your life, collective. All right, last here, but not least, right? I think is one of the most, I mean, every single chakra is very, very important, but this is the mother of all, right? The heart chakra, it is our fourth chakra located obviously in the heart region here, and it rules love. It rules empathy. It impacts our romantic life. So if you are jiving towards this heart, check out the romantic part. Whether you're single, partnered up, going through a difficult situation, we talked about it all. But this is our general sense of love for others, right? This chakra is directly linked to our heart, circulation. It can be the vagus nerve and function as well. So when this area, collective, is unbalanced, there can be a risk of nervous breakdown, right? Heart and circulatory issues, breast cancer, scoliosis, tearfulness, anxiety, depression, right? Issues with giving and receiving. It can bring about so many different things: forgiveness, bitterness, resentment. It can be an over-mothering, overbearing energy, or it can be a neglect type of energy as well. So we want to work on balancing the heart, because this is so important here on earth. We have this beautiful heart. We have this beautiful mind. How can we use the two to navigate our soul's path, right? They're here to be our mentors, right? But ultimately, it's our soul's journey, and it's what we do with the tools that we have. And the heart is one of our tools that lead us in this lifetime. So if you have any issues within the heart, really work on the underlying energies. Some of you could benefit from working with amethyst, working with lavender essential oil for the crown chakra. Some of you may benefit from rose quartz, malachite, or any other heart crystal. Okay, this can also be writing a letter to someone of forgiveness. It can be practicing the Ho'oponopono prayer, right? The beautiful Hawaiian prayer. That can be very healing. It's very powerful. It holds such a magical energy. I love that prayer. I don't think I ever pronounce it right, but it is wonderful. And work on opening up this heart chakra if it feels clogged, blocked, or restricted. Okay. But also know, excuse me, there could be something with the throat. Some of you need to speak up and tell someone how you truly feel. Some of you need to, not need, it's up to you, right? It's not a need. Some of you could benefit from forgiving yourself or forgiving another, right? And forgiveness is for us. It's not for the other person. Some of you could benefit from letting your guard down, letting your defenses rest because you've been in fight or flight, because your beautiful heart has been broken. And something I say often, you may agree, you may not, take it as it resonates, but pain is inevitable. The chances of you getting your heart broken in this lifetime, I'm going to tell you, are probably a 10 out of 10. It is inevitable, but suffering is a choice. We don't have to suffer, right? We have a choice to take our pain and transmute it, right? We have a choice to transform that energy. We don't have to sit in that suffering mode, okay? So that's what I have for you. Solar plexus energy. Some of you could really benefit from maybe working with mookaite here, or even citrine or yellow jasper. Solar plexus, getting out of your comfort zone, maybe eating more healthful fruits and vegetables, more plant-based with the heart, more greens. Some of you, more yellows. Mangoes can be a really good one as well. Lemons are really good for detoxing as well. I'm also getting with this crown chakra. Some of you, okay, Valor? I think that's an oil. Is that an essential oil? Valor, V-A-L-O-R. There's something with that oil or that smell. I'm not quite sure. I mean, I love essential oils, but I'm not familiar with that one specifically, if it's even an oil. So that could be something you want to look into a little bit more. But that is what I have for you, collective. I hope it resonates. I hope it helps you on your journey and helps you uncover some of your own tools, your own resources to help you feel your very best. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you like the reading, if you like the messages, please hit that thumbs up button. Feel free to share, like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Thank you so very much, Collective, for tuning in today. Lots of love.